I'm Grantham Damons. I was raised and born in Paarl, in a stable family. My family wasn't Christian. My father was a policeman. My mother was a manager at mostly butcheries, KFCs. They didn't drink. Only my mother was a smoker. My father didn't smoke or drink. We were well off, very strict rules, but I did have big dreams to finish school. My dream was to become a doctor, but at the age of 12, my whole life turned upside down because my mother and father did get divorced. So at the age of 13, we have to move from here to there like a circus. And at that time, I have an older sister, and a younger brother. So we have to move from Franschhoek, Paarl, Wellington. And to be in school, it wasn't nice because it's 1 year in school here and 1 year in school there. So we have to move a lot. And at the age of 13, I started to join because I end up in the flats. So I did join a gang there at the age of 13, start smoking, daga, mandrakes. And my father wasn't there with us, my mother not even. So me and my sister have to stay with our aunts because I actually did grow up with my aunts, and they wasn't like my mother and father used to be. And I did build a grudge against them because I was in a lower class than their children, and for me I did just build aggressiveness and start using more drugs and didn't want to go to school. And so at the age of 14, I was tattooed, so I was now I have a big name in this gang I was joining. So I was not sentenced. They caught me for a case I wasn't part of. So if you are part of a gang, you can't say, if they caught you, you can't say no, it wasn't me. I have to stand for it. And the crime, I didn't commit the crime, so they kept me in jail for say nearly 2 years. After 2 years, I was granted bail, 600 in bail, and I was at the age of 15. My father didn't like it because he was a policeman, and so he was against me at that time. I was released. The case was dismissed because lack of evidence, and the girl who came forward to identify me, she told the court no, it wasn't me. And I was getting big-headed because now I survived this case, so now I can commit crime. And for me to commit crime, it was like an everyday thing. It was into fashion, rob and job. That was my thing. If I rob people, no matter if they are elderly or even if it's a woman, I didn't care. I just rob anyone, even children, I did rob them. So that was my thing. I was in for it. I even robbed my own people. And for me, I did build a status for me. So if people fear me because I'm still small, and if you are small at that time, if a guy is bigger than you, then you are nothing to them. I start working with knives because at that time guns wasn't popular, you see, and we was one of the first gangs who they have guns. And at the age of 15, yes, I dropped out of school at grade 8. But my dream was to become a doctor. My school things, everything, even for the college was already paid. But I didn't want to follow what my father did want for me. I just followed my own head. And so I went in and out of prison. At the age of 17, I was released after prison again. And I went with some guys here in Franschhoek. I was on the sea that time. That wasn't my dream, it wasn't my plan to go to sea. But at the age of 17, I did get a job on sea, and you didn't need anything to go to sea. So in the 8 days before my birthday, that was the 17th of August 1998, I went to sea, and I did turn 18 on sea, and for 8 days I did have seasick. Okay, my life started changing that time, but the moment I was on sea, I told myself, no, I don't want to be here. Prison is better off. Why must I work? And I was rejected by a lot of my family because they didn't want me there, because I was doing things to my own people. I didn't care about anyone, just about myself in the gang I was in. So I went to sea, turning 18 on sea, and for my first time, I did. So I was in another place I have never been before. I did see Port Elizabeth for my first time at the age of 18, and for me it's great to explore. And as I came into Port Elizabeth, I was earning a lot of money for a boy who's 18 years old. I did earn for 30 days 6,000. That's without commission. But my life didn't stop there. I didn't calm down with the crime I did commit. So the time I came back from sea, I did commit crime again. So I was sentenced to, say, 18 months. I was sentenced for robbing and stabbing a lady. I didn't realize the things I was doing in life. So my life was, prison is better off, because I don't have family. They don't worry about me. Even if I write to my mother, she just said no. The Lord will tell her when to come visit me. I'm on my own there, so I must be on my own. So I did join a gang in the prison and getting a name. I was feeling good now because I have a status, building myself a name. But life didn't stop there. I was released out of prison again. Came out, go back to sea. And the Lord opened my eyes when He took me over water. I did go to joining a new company, North Fishing. So I did go and see the world. It wasn't my dream, but the Lord, it was God's plan. But I didn't realize still, I must obey God, or my God, part of my life. But my mother also every time inspired me to give God a chance. And I was just telling her, who's God? Because the gang I was in, there was a thing saying God's guts and guns. So I was feeling also like a God, and every time she told me about the God, I told her, no, who's God? I'm also a God. So I didn't believe in God at that time. I believe in this gang I was in serving this gang. Even the time I was there over the waters, I was in Norway, I did see England, I was in the 5 Grand Canary Islands, I was in Spain, I even was in France, in Paris, Charles de Gaulle, I was there. But I didn't see God or make Him part of my life. I did earn for 3 months 54,000 rand. And for me, wasting that money in 3 weeks time, just smoking and blowing it up, that's the life I did live. But life didn't stop there. At the age of 21, my mother and father didn't buy me a key for my 21st. I did give my own 21st. And for me, I was feeling proud about myself, but I didn't realize I have to honor my mother and father. I have to respect them. What the commandments say. If I have to respect my mothers and fathers, so I will live a good life. No, I didn't see the things. And say the age of 21, I was nearly killed, stabbing with bottle heads, and I even saw my own nose, my own mouth, my own head. But I still didn't want to come in life. I just want to live the life I want to live. Getting out of hospital after, say, 9 months, I told myself I have to kill this guy. And coming out of hospital, I did saw the wrong guy I killed. And to take somebody else's life is, or for someone who doesn't know, it's not easy to talk about it. But at the time I accepted Christ in my life, like John 1 verse 12 says, if you accept Christ, then you can say you are his children, you are his son. And since I accepted Christ and I was outside, I wasn't in prison that time before I was sentenced, and they even sentenced me for 10 years or 15 years. It was a small sentence for killing someone. And I was asking myself at the time I was in jail again, how could I do a thing like this? And still I haven't even been sentenced 10 years or 15 years. And while I was outside, I give my heart to the Lord, and I pray to God, and if He just keep me out of jail, I will serve Him. But like I did study the Bible, I have to serve Him with in spirit and truth. And so I confess to God and pray to Him. And you know what happened? I only was sentenced for 5 years, and for that 5 years I only do 10 months for killing a person. It's I still don't know what did happen or what went on. By the time I came to Christ, and like my brother say, if you are there in prison, you can hear God talking with you, and God did speak direct to me in prison, because I did go back to the gangs there, and started realizing maybe I was getting crazy, because some of the guys witnessed me. I was lying on my bed there, and I heard God's voice. Didn't you say, if I help you this time, you will serve me in truth and in spirit? And I just jumped from my bed, and the guy was sleeping on the other side, because you are divided. It's like a river, they say. The grounds are divided, so I was sleeping on this side and on that side is the other side, like the other numbers. And one of them was witnessing. I was just jumping from my bed, and he asked me he was a Tosa guy. He asked me if I did saw something. Maybe I saw something because I was staring at him. I told him no, I didn't saw anything. I heard a voice, or maybe it's the drugs that is start working in me now. And he said, no, come, let us. And I was at that time, I was by the Lord that time, but I didn't trust God. Didn't trust God. I was praying, we were worshiping God, but I was still part of the numbers. And as God talked with me directly in prison, I started realizing I can't live a double life. See, I have to serve God, or I have to serve the numbers. And at the time I started to change my life by serving God. It wasn't easy being releasing out of prison, coming to the community, temptations around every corner. I did fall back into drugs again, but I still told people, no, I'm a son of God, I'm a changed man now. But I did use God's name to rob people, to go into doors, taking His name. And God again talked with me in a different way. He did put me in a sick bed for 2 months. And for that 2 months, I couldn't eat, and I was peeing blood for 2 months. But still I was rejected from my family. No one did want anything to do with me, even my children, because I did fall back. But I did pretend, and I want to please humans. But God didn't like that. God, I must serve Him, He must come first in my life. And at the time I started doing that, not at the same time, but time to time, my life started changing. When I started doing the things God wanted me to do, serving Him, confess, go and share, spread His word, my whole life started change. But not by just like that. No, in His time, not in my time. And today I'm married. I have 5 children, and it's only by the grace of God. My mother have she's also converted. She has her own congregation. But one thing that it came to me, why I have to change, make a change. The life I did live, my brother was getting very sick. He was like someone, if people have done something wrong to him, if maybe, or it was my doings that made him so sick. And I did get a dream while I was in prison, and me and my grandfather, my brother, and some other people, mostly family, we were walking in Pau, past the tennis field, and that bakkies with the big wheels. That time way back, they were mostly joining when it's the Boswell Wilkie Circus. Then they will perform there. So that bakkie was just driving past, and my brother fell into the road, and the bakkie drove over his head. And my grandfather told me, no, he's not dead. Just pick up his head and put it on like you do with a doll. And I didn't understand it. And that is how God talked to me in prison. And today my brother is cured. He lives with me, but he's still on medication. I can just thank God. If I didn't make a change in life, or I didn't accept God, where would I be? And what I can say, what Christ in my life, or life would be, without Christ I'm nothing. No, any one of us, if you don't have Christ in your life, no matter you have a mother, you have a father, you have a brother, you have children, but if you don't have Christ, you have nothing. And I have realized in life, I must serve Him with everything that is in me. He don't want me to pretend, to please people, but to respect people, to love it out, to love one another. And since I've started doing that, doors just open. What my father or mother couldn't have done, with the man or the boy I was today, I can just thank the Lord because of His grace and mercy. I'm still standing today. At the age of 15, changing to wrong things, I didn't say I will be alive at the age of 39. Today I'm 39 years old, and just by the grace of God, I can just thank God.